Hey guys, so I'm here to talk to you all in, um about all the serious topic called bullying. Over 3.2 million students are victims of bullying each year. 1 in 4 teachers see nothing wrong with bullying and will intervene 4% of the time. Approximately 160,000 teens skip school every day because of bullying. 1 in 7 students in grades kindergarten through 12th grade is either a bully, or a victim of bullying. 56% of students have ever personally witnessed some type of bullying at school. Over two-thirds of students believe that schools respond poorly to bullying, with a high percentage of students believing that an adult is inferior or inferior. 71% of students report incidents of bullying as a problem at their school. 90% of 4th through 8th graders report being victims of bullying. 1 out of 10 students drop out of school because of repeated bullying. Harassment and bullying has linked to 75% school shootings. Bullying increases no matter what grade you're in. It doesn't matter if you're the popular kid in school. You can still get, you can still, um, so, yeah, you can still get bullying no matter what school you're in. You can either be in the middle, you can be in the high school, like, it doesn't really matter. And this is a result of bullying, suicide. Every single suicidal person deserves treatment. Suicide rates have traditionally increased in times in economic crisis. Although there are no official national statistics on attempted suicide, it is generally estimated that there are 25 attempts for each death by suicide. Every 14.2 minutes, someone commits suicide. About 100 people per day die by suicide. People can do something about suicide. Millions of hours are spent by survivors trying to cope with the loss of those who died by suicide. Suicide is the 10th leading to cause all deaths and the third leading to cause in 15 to 24 age group. Youth ages 15 to 24 suicide rates increased more than 200% from the 1950s to the late 1970s. From 1970s to the mid-1990s, suicide rates from the youth remained stable and since then highly slightly decreased. Each suicide inflammatory affects at least 6 other people. Suicide causes also manifest. Um, let's see. Okay, so of the many millions of Americans who suffer from depression in a given year, over 80% can be treated, but only 30% actually seek help. And that number is slightly more than 15% are actually diagnosed and effectively treated. Although most gun owners reportedly keep a firearm in their home for protection or self-defense, 83% of gun-related deaths become a result of suicide, often by by someone other than the gun owner. Based on the 787,761 suicides from 1985 through 2009, there is estimated that 4.773 million survivors of suicide in the U.S. The number grew by at least 221,454 in 2009. The number of one cause of suicide is depression, undiagnosed, untreated, and ineffectively treated. Suicide is a bad thing, which is linked to bullying. And so, yeah. Here's another one. Depression is more common than AIDS, cancer, and diabetes combined, and nearly 400,000 people attempt suicide in the U.S. every year. And even though it's common and a serious problem, many people don't know about depression and suicide, including who's at the greatest risk, why, and when they are most likely to be unavailable. Ooh. Here are 15 here are 15 facts about depression and suicide. There's a time in the year when suicides are more common. Most people think the winter holidays are a risky time, but suicides are lowest in December and peak in spring. Um, the greater the elevation of the person's home, the higher the risk of suicide. According to a recent study, suicide rates are about 70% higher in regions 2,000 meters in elevation, for example, compared to at sea level. The effect appeared to hold even after researchers accounted for risk factors such as greater gun ownership and lower population density. Fact: suicide is more common among whites in the U.S. than blacks, Asians, or Hispanics. No one is quite sure why whites are at higher risk, says Dr. Valentine. It might have to do with differences in school support. The only group at higher risk are American Indian Alaska Natives, who have a suicide rate of 14.3 per 100 compared to 13.5 per 100,000 for whites and about 5 to 6 per 100,000 for other groups. So many ways that we can stop. There's ways that we can do things about it. And if you don't say them now, it could be your friend or your neighbor or somebody your parents may know that commits suicide. If you know somebody that's being bullied, stand up for that person and do something about it. That's all I have to say about it. And if you like this message, share it. I want to see how far this video goes. Bye.